Hi everybody. Apologies, sorry. I'm going back to the vets day 2. I didn't put a report in and I've had loads of people, I can't believe it to be honest with you, who've contacted me to see if I'm alright. Well, I can assure you I am alright, but disappointed. I'm sorry I didn't put one on. I don't, I was just disappointed and it were just what it was really. I'll tell you about it. So day 2, day 1 I won my section, but team were about 5th, one of 5th or 6th. We didn't, but I had a good match and I won my section. So I had a chance at individual the day after, and I won't say I had a free run, but I was told like, look, if you think you can win it, try and win it. And so on the day 2, I drew 4 pegs off where I'd been on the previous day when I won my section. So I drew B5. I was really happy with that because B and C are in the middle. A, you usually want one of the end, and E, you want one of the end pegs, or D, sorry. But B is a hard but fair section. So I was really happy with that. And I thought I'd got a good chance, to be fair. And I had. I can't grumble. And so I thought I got a chance of an individual and maybe an outside chance for a team if everything went. When you're a few points behind, you've got to have a really low score. I know other teams mess it up. That's what you're always hoping for. So anyway, so what I've done, I've drawn, like I said, B5. And day before I caught a few small fish, one little, like a kilo carp on the waggler, and I caught 3 or 4 carp on the pole. So my target were basically the same. So I set 2 or 3 waggler rods up, a couple of slider rods, and my pole rigs. And I set new rigs up because obviously one got smashed up the day before. So I've cast out with wagglers, time's gone, and I've cast out with waggler. Third chuck had a little chub, then another little chub. And I looked round, I couldn't see many fish being caught. I knew it was difficult. And after an hour I had 5 fish. I had 2 little chub and 3 little carassios, and that were good. That were really good. There was nothing wrong with that. So I thought I'll just keep fishing on waggler, and I'm fishing a 16 hook, just double maggot, trying to catch anything till I could see what were happening. Kept feeding my pole line exactly the same as I did the day before. Little ball of ground bait with some loose chopped worm in, and I think the chopped worm were really important because I think it got the fish to the to come in, because the day before I caught on 2 little bits of worm on a 14 hook. And so anyway, an hour and 25's gone, waggler's gone under, clunk, and I've hooked a carp. And I just took my time, played it, got it, a kilo carp, looked round, and I won it section. So after an hour and a half, 2.5 hours to go, a great start. We're the only carp caught in the section at that particular time. So I thought, I'm on my way. And when I netted it, I thought 2 more of them and I've a right chance of being world champion. And that's when I made a mistake. One of the mistakes I made was I had a 16 hook on, I took it off and put a 14 on. So I could fish bigger maggot, a bigger bait, like 3 and 4 maggots, because in practice that was the best way of catching them. So basically I took it off. I thought, I've got to go for it now. I've got to give myself a chance. Cast back out, and that was one of my first mistakes. And I couldn't catch a fish, never had another bite. And then after 2 hours, I thought, right, I'll have a quick look at my pole line. Went in, just sat there. And sat there, no indications, put it down, cast back out with waggler, no bite. And at this particular time, I'm miles in front. I had a sort of fish caught. It was that difficult. And then, so after I had 15 more minutes, picked my pole up, gone back out. First cast, it's gone whoosh like that, and I've gone dunk, and I've hooked a carp. Off it went. I'm just holding it like that, and I'm thinking to myself, just take your time. That's all you've got to do. Take your time. And all of a sudden, I felt the elastic come back. And I thought, oh. So anyway, I come back in, and I've looked at my rig, and I thought, it's bust me. Has it bust me? And when I've looked, something's happened I can't ever remember. And it bust me on the loop of the main line. Now, it were a new rig, it were 0.17, and the loop to loop, which I do on the with my hook lens, it was the main line loop that had snapped, and I'd got two little bits like that from the main line, and I stood there looking at it thinking, well, that's never happened to me before. And what I'm annoyed about more than anything was the fact that it bust me, and I'm like, I've never ever known that happen before, ever. And I'm thinking, so I've got a good hook hold and everything like that. And I thought, all right, but I thought, not to worry, I'll get another one, it's not a problem. Because you do lose cap. I mean, it could have been one of them silver cap that don't count. It could have been foul hooked or and it's touched the fin or something like that. But anyway, I've still got an hour and a half to go, so I'm still thinking I'm going to catch. Still miles in front of section, and I've got like a kilo and a bit. So I went back in, never couldn't catch, picked waggler rod back out, went out. I got a little Crassio, and that's the only fish I caught in 2.5 hours. In the last 2.5 hours was one little Crassio. And I kept looking up and I could see them other end of section catching a few fish. And I never had a bite on the pole, apart from that one that I lost, not one fish. And I've come away at the end, they've all weighed in, and when they've all weighed in, it's like, I couldn't believe it, they're weighing in grams, like 300 and 400 grams. The lad outside of me were catching a little Crassio, and he beat me with a few, I think 50 or 60 grams. He had 1.9, I put scale, I had 1.8, 1 kilo 800. So I've had, after an hour and a half, I've got a 1 kilo 700, and I finished up with 1.8. I just could not get a bite. And then I beat everybody then that way for quite a number of pegs, and then I think not 100% sure, I think the last 3 pegs, I think there were 2-4, a 2-8, and the Hungarian, who were individual champion, won the section on peg 12 with 4 kilo 200. So I was gutted. I feel like a kilo, and I've got a bronze medal. If I have a kilo or more, I'm on the podium with a bronze medal. Could I have caught 4.5 kilo to give me, because I had to win my section. I'd been second in my section. I wouldn't have won. I'd have still been third. I had to win my section. I needed 4,300. Could I have caught that? It's 2 carp. I've had one on the hook. If I'd have got that out, I would have been really disappointed, even though I would have been on podium, because I wouldn't have believed that I couldn't hook another fish. So I finished up sixth individually. And a lot of people might say, well, yeah, it's all right. Well, I didn't really, because I had a chance. What you've got to remember is, you don't get many chances. You don't get many chances of being on a podium, and I had a chance, and I didn't take it. And I come away thinking, right, what did I do wrong? Should I have took that 16 off and put a 14? And the strange thing is, if the team had been in contention, I would have probably not took it off, because I'd have been happy catching Crassio, chub, and hopefully with a carp. But I went for it. I went to catch 2 carp to be world champion. And I don't regret that, because that's how I fish, that's how I think. If the team had been in contention, probably better, perhaps I wouldn't have done that. Who knows? We don't know these things, do we? So I was proper gutted. I really was. I was mad with myself, upset with myself, and I suppose I threw Teddy out a little bit with myself. And I come back and I can't stop thinking about it, really. So I'm not bad now. I'm all right now. But at time I were, for a week or so, I were proper down about it, because, like I said, you don't get many chances. And I still think 4 kilo 3. I've had 1.8, and I've had one little fish in the last 2.5 hours, and I don't understand why I didn't catch another fish. Although you can say, well, you had one on, but that would have only got me a bronze medal, which, sat here with nothing, it's probably better than nothing. But then I'd have been thinking, I should have hooked another one, and I should have had a gold, because like I always say, I only fish for gold. So that's how it went, really. Team would come back to 4th. We finished up 4th. Missed out with a medal with 9 points. Should we have won a medal? Perhaps we should have done. Yeah, I think we've got a couple of things not quite right. And perhaps, we had a chance of a medal over the 2 days. It's easy to find a few points over 2 days. It's hard to do that. So yeah, come back with not really, and I think that's what I'm disappointed about more than anything. I think the fact that, we come back with nothing. But I had a chance. I can't grumble, and I'm not grumbling. It's my fault. and I feel like I've thrown away a medal there, but that's how it goes. But one of the great things for me that week was going back to Plodding. We had a great week with lads, and 3 people, Dickie Carr, Keith Austin and Kev Frontwell. Thank you very much, lads. You were awesome. You booked everything, run everything. Kevin did all bait. Fair play to them. They were fantastic, and I owe you big favours in your 3. You were absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. And so we'll see what happens. And but yeah, I'm disappointed. But thanks everybody for your messages. I can't believe it, to be honest with you. Especially recently, and this is why I'm doing this video, just to let people know, I blew out, I made a mess of it, we didn't win a medal, but I'm all right. But thanks very much, everybody. I appreciate your concerns and your texts, messages, and everything like that. And we'll see what happens in future. Thanks, boys and girls.